So, thank you guys for being here. Welcome to America's Mind, America's favorite show. I'm Jamal Williams. We got Christopher Barris here with me.
Hey.
And of course, the beautiful Randy K. How
What's
you doing?
up?
What's up with you?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
Now that we got this going on, yeah.
Perfect.
What is happening with you?
Oh, well, you know what?
Sheesh.
Hey, you know what? Wait, okay, back to my grandmother saying, and I'll go piggyback off of this.
We can't go back to that because it's not going to be in the video.
Oh, shit. Okay. So we reset. So those that see this before it happened didn't happen. Okay. So we will rewind. So welcome back, Randy.
Yeah, I'll put it up for like a special thing.
Yeah. So welcome back, Randy.
Good to be here.
And
If you weren't here to watch
and
it.
you had I'm sure your trip was successful, and not to put you on the spot, would you like to share your trip, your past week, I believe, week or two, something like that? Yeah.
So, quick synopsis. I saw my grandfather, who's 91 years old, and Marine through and through. So, you know, it's always a refresher to see his insight on certain things and the life that he's lived. And, you know, he keeps it pushing. So, that was good. And then also saw a few of my aunts who... most of them live in Texas, but a few of them are scattered throughout the U.S., so it's always refreshing to get together with family and just eat and be merry.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Is what I had said before about family, that family is a beautiful thing. Especially, you know, reconnecting and fellowshipping or just being around each other. You know, that's a wonderful thing. And then I got to rambling because then I thought about your grandfather at 91, and you sparked the interest. You said Marine. I said, "Oh man, military. Oh my gosh!" And and I was kind of rambling and marveling, like I wish that he could be like right here, and I would just be listening to every single story all day long, like, you know, wouldn't move. And then it brought back a funny story with my sister. Rest in peace to her, the co-farmer. Her father was military, and so when I first met him, I guess he was like, "Oh, okay, new blood. I could kind of share the new stories with him and see." And like, yeah, I was sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor, and I'm listening to all of these stories, like, and I'm just like, "I said, what happened next?" And I'm all telling everybody, "Hey, come on here, why are you listening to your dad? Come over here, like this is good stuff." And they're like, we heard that story a billion times. And I'm like, well, how does that get old? Like,
Really?
this is interesting. Like, we're talking about, like, Def was in the room. Def was there, and Def's like, cool, I'm taking somebody. I would love to take everyone, but I'm taking
That's right.
somebody. Guarantee you, Charlie, you dodged me twice. I'm getting you. But then Def didn't get nobody.
Right.
I just we like to know like how that happened.
Yeah.
You know, like that's just like a wonderful thing. But blessings to the family and grandfather 91 years young, and it reminded me of my grandmother 92. At that age is such a fabulous thing because they can hit you with like those sayings, and they could stop you dead in your tracks. Like my grandmother did that a couple times to me. I see her, oh, hey, mom. And she, oh, hey, baby. And you all right? Yeah. I'm still here, you know. Like, yeah, mom, you know, trying to keep you forever. What you mean? Oh, no. You know, no, I've had my time. And then one time she was like, you know, baby, make sure you don't burn the candle on both ends. And I was walking to the hallway to the bathroom. I just like, on both ends. What? Like, what is it? Nah, grandma tripping. Nah, grandma ain't tripping.
Right on point. Huh,
She sees something. I'm like, for days, I was like, what is she talking about? And then it like smacked me in the face. And it was like, don't burn yourself out. And it was like, I'm burning myself out. She thinks I'm burning myself out, and
Yeah, that saying's been around for a good while.
yeah.
It's a southern thing, right?
Yeah, she's a Louisiana girl, so yeah,
Okay. I've never heard it.
because like my teacher, Miss Adams, in ninth grade, freshman, she used to tell me every time I came to class, I was late. And she'd be like, Chris, it's always something. First the dog, then the train, then it's Carrie, then it's you. It's always something, Mr. Harris. Life is full of excuses. Pick one. And I went, what does that mean? I was 28 when I realized what she meant. She told me this at 14. Life is full of excuses. Pick one. And I will gladly say with emphasis, as a man, I only use reason for what I do with no excuses. Because she was absolutely right. Like, life can give you the opportunity to give you so many excuses. And yeah, to this day, I stand by that. Like, if I can't do something, it's a valid reason. It ain't because I want to play 2K or I want to sit on the couch. No, I'm sorry, New York style. Sit on the sofa, do nothing, My mom's going to kill me. Sit on the sofa, take my sneakers off, do nothing, but it's like a legit reason why I don't. If I can't do it or can't produce whatever it is, it's a reason. And shout out to Miss Adams for that. Telling me that wonderful bit of information. I was 14, 15 years old when she said that to me. And it stopped me dead in my tracks then. And I was like, what does that mean? I have a kid until I understood that. 28. That's when I had Jordan. But anywho, Jamal got surprises for me, and I was like a kid that kind of peeked through the wrapping, and I'm like, ooh, I know what this is. So I'm very excited. I'm ecstatic. I'm energetic. A lot of these E words, I'm using here.
Ecstatic.
Yes, I'm ecstatic to finally sink my teeth into this, because this is gonna be very interesting. And not to pass the torch to you, Mr. Williams. Whenever you're ready, I'll be rambling till you say, all right, cool, like we're ready to go. But this is something Jamal has made up, and he knows me well. He's like, oh, Chris on the fly got this. I can just pitch stuff that I think he might ramble, and it works. Like,
everybody in the chat left while Chris was rambling, so we got to get on with it.
Oops, sorry guys. You're like, what's this guy talking about today?
We're glad to have you with us. Welcome to America's Mind. If you are here and you're enjoying the show, or even if you are, you're just bored and you don't have anything else, do us a favor. Click that like button. Click that share button. Click that subscribe button. It helps us out in the algorithm. It supports the show. It doesn't cost anything. And of course, we appreciate it, and we like having you with us. We are America's Mind, and if you're here, I guess you are too. We're talking about first,
Yeah, whatever you want to talk about first.
Oh, let's get this out.
Oh yeah,
we knew it was coming though.
Do we have to have the meter on standby? The meter uploaded, maybe.
No, I don't wanna give us any meter points for this. This ain't got nothing to do with. Is this the men meter? Is it?
Yeah, let's go on and slide that over. I don't even need to just. This could. Yeah, slide that over a lot.
Y'all get some points back.
We'll get it back from the sneak peek.
We'll get it back by the end.
So we can slide this over quite a bit.
We'll give y'all this much, because this gonna be bad.
Yeah. So okay. So Okay, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
All right, so as you can see in the headline, R. Kelly got sentenced to 30 years for sex trafficking and racketeering. I don't think this is what he should be in jail with. Like, but we all know. I think this is like that OJ situation. You know how OJ got off on the thing, but then he got like caught for something else. Then they were like, "We give you like 10 years for that," and it was like a 3-year crime. Like, yeah, you don't think so? We'll talk about this after the thing.
So okay.
Now, let me go through it first. So, former R&B star R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison on Wednesday for racketeering and sex trafficking. Charges stemming from nearly 30 years of allegations that he physically and sexually women and minors. It is a stunning fall for the hitmaker Kelly, who won multiple Grammys awards and chart-topping music while dodging sexual misconduct allegations for decades. I guess they meant he is among the highest profile cases spring from the Me Too movement, and the punishment handed down in Brooklyn court is one of the harshest since the movement began. All right, so R. Kelly, he's going away for 30 years. Chris, I'm gonna let you go first on this.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Robert Kelly. Okay. Before I ramble, I want to ramble on something else. Rocketeering. Like what is that? That right there, I've seen the greatest of people fall submission to racketeering. Like on Batman, when he acquitted all the bosses and stuff like that, racketeering was in there. You know, like racketeering, I don't know what it is essentially, but that's like it gotta be
okay. So I looked it up. Racketeering is dishonest and fraudulent business. That's what it narrows down to.
So oh wow. And it flexes. It's a flex word. It fluctuates. But okay. So back to Mr. Kelly. So it's an unfortunate thing, for one, because he has children. Okay. Two, I don't like to look at things black and white, like, oh, because he's a black man or this, that. But I do today on this one want to snibble it, lean it towards like that this gentleman is black and he was very successful for what he did music industry wise. And it's just very, very, very unfortunate that there was just certain things that he couldn't shake. And see, I feel like, why does this happen? Why does this take so long for this for justice to be done, in my opinion? Like, we're both 40 years old. We've heard about this man's allegations 20 plus years ago, if you want to be honest.
Well, that's kind of easy. Like, he got off on the other case because basically the victim took admission back. She said it didn't happen.
Okay.
So it's like they can't get him if the victim is like, no, that's not even me in the video, right?
Gotcha. Okay. No, it makes sense.
Yeah,
like,
so if I think she was 15 at the time the video was filmed, and then like by the time the trial was happening, you know, she was probably of age by then. Not exactly sure, but he got off on that because she took it back. Like, nope, that's not. So you can't get him if the person is like, that's not me in the video.
So perfect. So
basically, what happened? The Fed started building a RICO case on him to get him anyway, and that's why it took time, because that takes time. You gotta like.
Yeah, when the federal bureau gets involved, and with a RICO case, like you said, that the collective of investigated information gathered, so they hit you with all angles. And see, here's where I have the biggest problem, that this man was known. I'll at least say in the United States. I'm sure he was known globally, but I'm going to say at least in the United States that he was known. And where are the parents at in this? Like, you have to be knowing if your daughter is dealing with this type of guy, because it wasn't like he's gonna roll up in a Honda Civic. No shot to Honda Civics, but you know what I'm saying. This guy is a high profile individual, so you know you can't tell me that high rollers do high roller things. So it's like, you know, it's a really injustice because of him getting away with this so long, and it still ain't their parent said anything that's tried to come after this individual. I'm not wishing that on him, but I'm just saying I have a daughter, and I'm like, bro, I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? And that's all I'm gonna say on this network. You know, I don't care about.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree when Chris says, you know, the example of like a high profile man. It seems like, and I don't want to say this because I don't want to generalize all high profile men this way, but at what point do you reach a position of power and you just assume you could do certain things and maybe get away with it? You know, that's really disheartening of it. And yeah, if anything, what's more disheartening is the parents and even the young women, or maybe the women that were of age, that were saying, hey, you know what, it was okay in the beginning, but at a certain point it turned. But then they still would fly out to wherever he said. So, I mean, the accountability on that end for the women, I would say, is more so their fault. But it seems like there's such a big scope within this case, right? Of like young girls, women who were young but then became of age. So it's just a whole freaking mess. Do I think he's going to actually serve the 30 years? No. Because I don't know if you gentlemen have heard, but I guess he actually hired Bill Cosby's attorney.
Yeah, I heard.
So, I mean, the man, granted, aside from all the horrible things surrounding this case, the gentleman is talented in music. So, we'll see. But I wouldn't be so surprised that, hey, turns out he's gonna go home.
Yeah.
Turns
out. And that's the part that really sucks. And going back to just like on the parent side, like I said, this is a gentleman that's not like in the city. Like you said, they gotta catch flights. There's more creativity to get to this guy. And you don't know where your daughter whereabouts are for days. Like, that's the craziest part when I hear some of these stories. Like, these women are like, or these girls, they're like, oh yeah, we were gone for like 3 days. Like, 3 days where? Like, there ain't nothing neither one of my kids can say to me, even now or even later, that you're about to go on an escapade as a minor for 3 days and I don't know where you at and I can't get a location. Like, that's utterly ridiculous. You know, so, and the surge of power does come because he got away with it. It's like the TV show, How You Get Away with Murder, right? And most, like, murderers, not to talk about them like that, but like, well, how did they become serial? Because they keep getting away with it. So they're like, oh, cool. It becomes a strange game to them, you know, and they can't control it. So in this case, I think that Mr. Kelly just couldn't control. He was in so deep. He's like, well, ain't no looking back. I'll see if they can get something on me. And then, yeah, you know, then maybe go a different route. If I get caught to get a high profile attorney, and maybe I could slice off these 30 years to maybe 5 and some change, and, you know, you're back out, unfortunately. That's
Yeah, so apparently R. Kelly still is facing multiple charges in Chicago, where did it say? Minnesota.
Okay.
So I don't know. Even if he
Minnesota.
does, yeah,
Wow.
Minnesota. In August, he will likely be tried in Chicago on federal charges of child pornography, production of.
Ooh, that sticks. He's done it.
So it
That
seems like they're
sticks.
bringing. Maybe they found some more tapes. Who knows?
Yeah,
We'll see.
if that sticks, he's not getting it.
That's a whole new trial.
Did
Yeah,
you
so-
guys? Sorry, did you guys also hear that in prison too? Apparently, he made a comic book with one of the inmates,
No, I didn't hear that.
to where he's like a superhero or something.
And R. Kelly's a superhero in the comic
Yeah,
book?
I think the inmate actually is the artist, but it's like him and R. Kelly in like a comic book series.
That actually sounds interesting. I'm not even gonna say Marion Cap on that, but that but always in these situations at the end of the day, I always think about the kids, you know, and that the kids suffer the most behind this if these allegations become true or not. The fact that you're in the realm of being accused is such a damper on your character, you know. So that's why, like, as like a man, you know, you have to be really cautious with your conduct, really cautious on how you do things, and because, you know, especially when you have children, you know, and those kids will carry that. When you think about it, you know, people will taboo your kids behind something you did. They have nothing to do with it, you know. So that's just the saddest part for me, and how I look at it with on the children's point of view. So
yeah, so later, R. Kelly, what do you think? Do you think we should still play his music, or do you think that should be canceled? Considering everything.
Okay, so I have a biased answer to that because I didn't.
Biased answer.
Because
Let's go with Randy first. Let's go with the unbiased answer.
Okay, so go ahead, Randy.
So we had a picnic. R. Kelly comes on, Step in the Name of Love. Let's not make it personal. Let's just say it's a general picnic. Should Step in the Name of Love still be played? Family celebrations or
Okay, I'm gonna say yes, but here's my follow-up with the yes. I look at it the same way as, and granted, this is important, but for example, when we talk about a politician, and we talk about a politician who then maybe is married, has women on the side, or he got caught up, or this or that. We could talk about Bill Clinton and Trump and whomever. But I need to know at the end of the day that they're an effective politician. More so than their sex life.
I'm asking the chat. Chat is a poll. Should we still play R. Kelly's music? Yes or no? I want to hear what the chat says. We'll come back and close that poll later. All right, Chris, let me hear you about that's a good point, though, Randy. Yeah, we didn't cancel Bill Clinton, but that wasn't this. That's kind of more of a Bill Clinton committed a sin against his wife. More like he upset her, and then he lied about it to the public. So maybe legally he's in trouble, but not culturally. He's not in trouble with the conscience. Wasn't in trouble with the conscience of the country, where majority of people would say, "Oh no, you."
And I'm a strong believer in when it comes to stuff like that. At that point, it's just God sorting them out. So I can have my opinion on it, but
I hear you.
More power in that. So.
All right, Chris, what's your bias?
I'm gonna say no off the rip.
Oh damn! That's not what I expected.
Me neither.
I'm gonna say no off the rip.
No, we shouldn't. All right, all right. So let's make it clear then. I'm gonna make it a little more difficult for you since you answered the question so easy. Is that no? Not at the family picnic, not at the house party, or is that no? Cancel them from Well, that's probably already going to happen. The cancel it from the Grammys, the radio, anything that could be considered a public service. Can you play I Believe I Can Fly at the high school graduation?
I'm gonna see.
Oh, maybe not there.
See, I was tolerating the Step in the Name of Love song. Now, personally, I do like the song. It's a good song. It's a good song to play around a lot of individuals, and it sets the tone. It's a great song. I won't sit up here in front on that. I Can Believe I Can Fly is also a really good song. But here,
his catalog. Why is the thing? Why don't you think we should still play?
Because kids were in violation, and that's where the line kind of draws with me. And because kids can't dictate certain things. Like, kids could have abusive parents and they're stuck in that until they're 18 or 20 and they can get out the house, and then they'll reflect and rebuttal about how their childhood was, and people from the outside looking in be like, oh my God, like, wow, we never knew. So for him to take advantage of multiple women what it sounds like, it's just kind of like, okay, you know what? Maybe those two songs that I did share, if it was a girl, and I'm not saying that even a girl's not relevant enough, because that's a human being, but I'm like, we don't even know the count. This count could be bigger than what we think. This count could be receipt long.
That's true.
And so it's like, I don't know. Because see, I'm all about who are you talking to at this point. And that's why I never really personally listened to his music, because when those allegations did come out, like we were talking about earlier, most of the R. Kelly songs that I know were The Best of Both Worlds with him and Jay-Z. Those are the songs that I remember. Mostly, I'm a fan of Jay-Z. But, when the allegations submerged, Jay cut it off boom. They were on tour. I was actually looking forward to the second album. The second album didn't even get done. Best of Both Worlds 2. I think it only had like 8 tracks. You know what I mean? Like, it was done. And so, and just looking at that as a parent's perspective, overall, as just ethic wise and things like that, I don't want to dig too deep into stuff like that. For me, I just give it a no.
Good reasoning. All right, so that's it for R. Kelly, I think. He already has 30 years. It looks like he's going to catch some more time coming up, too, in the other 2 trials. So, hey.
Like, because to add, what's the guy that they banned his music from the United States?
They banned his music?
Yeah, from the United States. What was that rapper's name from Atlanta? Oh gosh.
Oh, you're talking about like back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Like when they were trying to cancel Luke and them?
Yeah, Luke.
Yeah. Live crew?
Yeah. So none of those allegations. It was just
raunchy, ratchet.
It was just
music.
Raw music. He figured out how to get them girls on the dance floor. And
boom, ba-dum, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum. Oh, I hated high school. That song came on. Women start kicking off.
Oh, that's what you look. Uncle Luke, you heard what I called him, right? Uncle Luke showed you at a young age when that song came on, Big Booty, you know what? Big
Booty Garden Tools.
And it was like when you seen girls run to the dance floor, it was like, oh. So these are the ones I don't need to pick. So I need to turn around and look at the girls, like this. I hate that song. Like, that was wife material right there. So he showed us something, hey, If she likes this type of music, yeah, stay away from her.
Yeah, let's just go with that. Luke, his whole plan was to weed out the girls that you should avoid.
Hey,
that was the whole.
It's relevant today because he only talked to a certain audience. He wasn't talking to good girls. He made that perfectly clear. Like, look, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to you and you and you in the black. Like, that's what I'm talking to.
All right. If you're here with America's Mind and you're a part of America's Mind, please support us. Hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support. What does this poll say? We didn't get a lot of votes, but we got enough to break the tie. Should we still listen to R. Kelly's music? We got yes, 67%, no, 30%.
All right, ladies, y'all gonna force this jacket to be crowned. Cause I know them with girls that made that vote. But anywho,
women's ain't about to cancel R. Kelly's music. They'll cancel R, but they ain't. They'll play all those bedroom songs.
Like, look, I'll give you ladies. Oh wait, before I quote it, let me see if never mind. I was going to quote a guy. No, because there was a guy in my job. He listened to a certain song. I thought it was the Isley Brothers, a song by Isley Brothers, but it was like Isley Ryston. I don't quote me all the way, but it was two Caucasian guys. And it was what was the name? I Want to Make Love to You. Hey, I'm not even going to front. I ain't even gonna front. I'm saying it again. I'm not even gonna front. Hey, that song was fire. That joint was fire.
Every fucking day, my baby daddy come here.
I wrote it down, Chris. Thank you.
Meal for my child.
Like but
I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together.
Can we find that on Apple Music, Chris?
One thing to McDonald's.
He's like, can we find that on Apple Music?
No, I'm gonna. You guys quote me. No, because what I'm saying for those that are stuck on Robert Kelly's music, I get it. It's great music. There's tons of music out there.
How come you can't see my other kids?
So we got another.
Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not gonna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child.
I'm gonna put together a compilation of Chris's randomness.
Hey,
because we was talking about R. Kelly going to jail. Should we listen to his music? He came up with a song that nobody knows the title to. He doesn't even know the title to it. Just to say that shit was super hot.
No, the song was "I Want to Make Love to You," and I believe the artist's name was Isley Ryston.
So Isley Ryston, if that's a real person,
and it was two Caucasian guys, but the song was fire. The guy at my job wanted to listen to it.
He's how I bring it back to our channel.
Yeah.
We got an Amazon link in the description. If you want to find out what the hell this song is, go purchase it from Amazon Music. Link in the description. Just click on the link, type in a random name.
I might play this not now, but I'm going to look.
No, we can't play that. Trying to get us
oh yeah, we can't play music. I forgot. You put music up real quick, it's like boom, nah.
But anyway, y'all, that song was fire. So we moved on.
Yeah, I want a good love song.
Click on
there
the
you
link
go.
in our Amazon in our description. Find the song. We don't know who made it, but it's called "I Want to Make Love."
Isley Ryston. I believe that's I think that's their name.
Yeah, we don't know. So all right, this is the part where we're gonna end up moving the jacket back to this side. I'm gonna just move it all the way to the women's side already. Can I just do that? Because
let's give them a chance, because we don't want women to say that we're being unfair about this one.
Look, y'all.
I'm just posting stuff on
every day.
Wait, pause right there. Pause. So this is gonna take me a while to get through this. So.
Let's wait, hold your thoughts here. I haven't introduced
my child, but I have 3 other kids.
So we're gonna talk. I'm sure most people, if you've been online, you heard about this already. We're gonna call it McBaby Mama, as she's famously been known to be called. So I guess just to set it up, she was recording this on TikTok. I guess her plan was to expose her baby daddy, who was bringing his kids some McDonald's. But the gag is she has 3 other kids that aren't his, and he only brought McDonald's for his son. So what do y'all think happened, Chris?
It was some fireworks, I'm sure.
So let's look at.
You guys are gonna be mildly surprised about my response to this.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Not.
All right, here we go.
We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring 1 thing of McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing 1 child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got 1 thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids.
High C orange. That's what you always get.
That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just 1 burger? 1 burger, 1 fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them
about?
my kids, them your kids' siblings though.
So what you?
So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I don't get my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
But if you're trying to help out though, you're not helping out.
I'm not trying to help. I'm trying to help my son.
Do we need to pause it here for some thoughts? You said we'll be surprised about your thoughts. Why?
I want to let it play through.
Okay,
let's play through. Unless you want to add anything.
No.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I'm gonna
getting good. So I definitely
because I had some conversations about this. I mean, I'm sorry. I conversed with a couple individuals earlier this week about this video, and their point of view was brought to my attention, and I did agree. But then I saw one snippet of something, and it changed the complexity of the whole situation, in my opinion. So, okay, that's it. All right.
How are you helping your son when you're only getting food for just him and not the other kids, his siblings? Them are his siblings, though. He's not finna eat in front of all his other siblings, and they're not eating no McDonald's. Why do I gotta put?
Bring him out to the car. I'll let him
No. He's not finna eat that shit at all if you can't bring enough for everybody.
Lisa, so you telling me that I bring my son food? I gotta bring your kids food too now?
Yes.
You sound dumb.
How is that shit dumb? You sound dumb. You sound dumb.
Where are they daddies at? Nobody told you to talk to them other. You had them other kids. Them your responsibility. They're not my responsibility.
Okay, but if you're gonna bring one, you need to bring it for all. How do that shit look that I'm letting one child eat McDonald's and all the rest of the kids can't eat no fucking McDonald's?
So
you know I get food stamps on the 11th.
That ain't 3 kids that ain't mine. 3 kids that ain't mine. What
Yeah,
do I look like?
they're his siblings. You knew what you was getting into when you had a baby with me.
No, the I did.
Yes, you did.
You expect me to take care of all the kids? They're not my kids.
Okay, but you still had a baby with me who have kids with other people. I still have other kids.
Why are you recording me first?
Because I'm exposing. Everybody think you such a motherfucking good daddy.
I am a good daddy.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're full of shit in this bullshit. You only come here with one piece of food for one child.
The child that's mine, silly.
No, that.
Wait, what did she say? She said, "You knew you was bringing food over here. You know my food stamps don't come to the 11th." Like, why? What is going on?
Ay.
All right, I'll let it play.
It's just so
Dumb that you can't feed the other kids. Don't feed nobody at all. Then he can't take that. He can't eat it.
Maybe if you had 1 or 2, I can maybe. You got it's 3 extra kids. What the? You all like going to my motherfucking account, spending money on all those kids. Them not my kids.
Them are your kids' siblings, though. Dumb.
So that's what you gonna go with. That's the one you gonna.
Those are your fucking kids' siblings.
They're my. So that means
Yeah.
I take care of them.
So don't. No, I didn't say you have to take care of them. You can bring them something to eat if you bring one something to eat.
I bring them food every every other day. What do you mean?
Exactly.
I think that's the gist of what's going on.
Well, no, there's one more point at the end.
Okay, are we missing something?
Well, she does something.
Okay.
And it changed
But I'm saying,
it
we share the same kid as well.
and it changed complexity. I was agreeing with her.
Take him in the room and let him.
I'm not taking my kid in the
Send him
room.
down to the car. He ain't even got. He ain't got any front of his brothers and sisters. He can come right out to the car and eat with me.
No. You know what? Fine. Give it here.
Thank you.
Give it here.
Bro,
Give it here.
Kids,
Give it here.
You sound stupid.
Dumb. He ain't eating this. You.
Why the f you just do that?
Because you ain't bringing up for all the other kids. You stupid. Selfish as a like you're dumb as hell. You're dumb as hell. He not finna eat that shit. Dumb.
Take care of him anyway.
Dumb. He not finna do that. If you can't do it for all, don't do it for none of them. Bye, stupid.
Last on my
So the whole world is
on the
basically
rebuttal
bashing
on what
you
I
right
have
now.
to say.
You're gonna go last.
I'll go last.
All right, so this is real simple. This is real simple. He's not obligated to bring food for anybody else in that house with his kid, and that's really the period on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to be so kind to provide food for the rest of the kids, that would be a great thing to do, a great gentleman thing. But don't think he's gonna get like extra credit for that. He's
It's not.
because you hear the woman, like I already know he's gonna have to. Whatever he does, he's gonna have to deal with something that she's gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that being said, it's a split up, but like about do I think you should bring food for everybody? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think you have to? Do I think somebody should have to bring food for everybody? Absolutely not.
No.
And if he doesn't, I don't think he should have to hear anything from her.
Absolutely.
About the problem that she has to deal with. Even though that by what he's doing, he is adding to the problem. He's bringing chicken nuggets in the house. It's only a 6-piece and it's 4 kids. They go have to, she go have to figure out how to make that work. But there was other things she could have done about that. She could have brought the kid outside and had him eat in the car.
Agreed.
She could have had go with your daddy for 30 minutes while you eat this McDonald's. They drive around. All that to be said, no, he didn't have to bring food for everybody. He could have, he didn't, and that should have been handled different.
Yeah.
Randy,
I agree.
Randy is up.
Okay, so from a woman's perspective, well, let me just put this off the bat. A little bit more about myself is I hate arguing because it can, if the proper word, alleviate, like away from getting to a effective solution. So when I see this video, it's like, hun, why didn't you, in a nice way, ask the father of your one child to say, hey, you know what, my food stamps aren't coming in till later this month. Can you please maybe pick up a couple more for my other children as well? Mm-hmm. The power of just being nice and kindly asking something versus no communication at all. He just shows up on his allocated days or times that he's given for his child. It's like you rely on a system and like, oh, my obligation from the system is to just provide for one and this and that. Or, the mumbo jumbo of the lack of communication and just niceness through a difficult situation. I mean, that, she's created for herself. The gentleman has probably delved into the situation himself because, to my understanding, he already knew she had some other kids going into the relationship. So, all that to say, ladies, if you're dealing with multiple fathers of, your children, the best you can do, ladies, is extend, be a little nice towards one another, and, maybe it'll lower your blood pressure in the argument a little bit more. Man.
I agree.
Man.
I agree.
Christopher.
Oh, it's my turn?
It's your time.
Oh, boy. stretch because I've been waiting to get my
Pour that
teeth.
Maxine Waters.
I've been waiting to get my teeth in this. So we gotta slide this jacket over to the men's side. First and foremost, okay? I'm gonna explain.
Why.
Okay. You knew what you were getting yourself into. Correct. Yes, they are not your children, but they are your children's sibling. Correct.
Right.
On a moral and just ethic standpoint, he failed to do that.
Wait.
On a moral and ethic standpoint.
Moral?
Yeah, no, it's a stretch, but she's correct. Again, that
ethics?
Because why bring for one and not for others? You can improvise. You can improvise if you know, bring pizza, be creative. Correct. She's correct. She's very correct on majority. Now, the jacket is going to be crowned to the women now, because when I break it down to the raw order of what men and women are supposed to do, men's primary objective is to what? Provide and protect. So he's providing for his kid. Correct. Women are what? Nurturers. And you threw nutritional food on the floor. So, as a nurse now, what did you do? You actually committed a crime because you are withholding food for your child, and that is form of what? Abuse. Because after all the rebuttaling, like Randy was saying, and the blood pressure rising, did the kids eat? No. So you rather starve your kids to prove a point than to just allow this man to be a great dad towards his kid. And you could have piggybacked off of him. Hey, I got this kid from this dude. Y'all dudes need to be doing what he doing. He shows up every day. She said that, right? Every day. He did agree that, hey, I don't bring them something every time, but I do bring them something. So too many things that she can piggyback off of. Here's my biggest problem when I have with this, that people, especially women in this particular unfortunate circumstance, will create all kind of time to taboo somebody that's actually trying. Then you need to take that same energy and chase them other baby daddies around. Put them on camera. Show your other baby daddy, hey, he comes and brings my kids something. You know what? He don't even feed your son. How you feel? That would actually piss me off if I was in that situation.
What would?
That another man's bringing the kids something to eat, but my son didn't eat. That would infuriate me.
Why?
Hey, how does it feel? It's a weird feeling to express.
I'm all right.
But I'm saying that energy, if I was that other guy, to step up so my son doesn't have to eat, because see, that's something that your kid can use against you. Man, Pops, you weren't there for me. You know what? And my brother's dad, he showed up. He ate. He brought him food. I had to sit here and eat noodles. Or I had to sit here and not eat. Where were you at? You know what I mean? Like, it opens the door.
Which is why I gave other solutions for the issue.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. This is my basic stance. No matter how this food was brought, nothing should have been said to the dude about by the mom.
Oh.
Like if you want to keep the McDonald's a secret from the other kids, go ahead and do that.
I agree.
If you want to bring the McDonald's in and deal with the backlash, because there's going to be trouble about it with the kids.
Yeah.
And depending on how friendly these siblings are, fries might be shared or they might not. Well, he might go up in the corner and just be eating his fries.
Absolutely.
But this is what I'm saying. The dad is not responsible for anything that happened about how these other kids eat, like morally or ethically. he can't be. You know why I know that? Because he doesn't have anything to say about them. First of all,
that's true. No, that's true. You're absolutely right. But only reason why I said that and I gave that little bridge. Let's say if he was in the house with them. So let's say like if
that's
there
different.
was.
That's different.
No, that's why I threw that. That's why I threw that little bridge out there, because we don't really know. We don't know if this kid is first or last.
He's last.
Okay, and so we don't know the complexity of their dating situation. We don't know if he lived in the house with her. We don't know if he established a relationship with the kids too. We don't know that. To me, it sounds like because he's so not doing it, it sounds like it was a traditional dating situation where he lived here, she lived here, and they hooked up in between, and then this kid came up, and then of course, then it went like this, it went further. So then of course now he's like, well, shit, I just got this kid. All right, cool, bet. You know, that's where the bet. I'll take care. I got my shorty. Bet. Don't worry. And then that's what he's literally doing, which he's absolutely positively correct.
But you're talking about being nice. So to be nice, he should have brought it. And I can agree with that. Cool. Yeah. But I don't. When you use ethically and morally, that's where I'm like, what?
Well, that's where the nice word. That's where the niceness came in.
Yeah, but you push it too far. That's like, all right, so like if we break it down to like tribes of lions, like let's say it's 2 male lions in a tribe. The women go out and hunt, and they come back and they bring the food back. And the king of the pack, divides up the food, right? Mm-hmm. He most likely gives food to all the everybody in the tribe. Mm-hmm. But if it's not that much left, or if Sheila over here, Sheila the lion, she just had 6 cubs, and you like, we ain't got enough food for 6 cubs. The lion's not gonna share it. Like the cubs gotta go. So and even in nature, it doesn't work like that, where the male has to feed every cub present.
Yeah,
that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Now humans, we got like emotions, and we're empathetic. We have smarts and knowledges and whatnot. So we try to make nature make sense in our heads.
Yeah.
And so we'll spread all this empathy out to people. But I think what's common in our society now is a lot of empathy gets spread to women and children, and then the empathy for men is like lacking.
No, I agree. Definitely.
Like, because you say ethically and morally, maybe he only got $10. Maybe he not eating because he brought his kids some food, and he heard they didn't have food at the house.
No, I agree. No, I agree.
Like, see, you don't even think about the trials of the men. It's automatically he should have bought a pizza.
No. I was just bringing. I was just trying to cross every T and dot every I for the rebuttal.
I'm advocate a little bit, trying to push back on that. But
no. Ultimately, this is her fault. Like, there were some points that she said that was correct, but then he had his points. So then I had to look at what was the highest priority in this. So we have, cause see, digging in deeper, clearly there's a communication issue. If your son is communicating to his dad directly, and you don't know, as a mother, don't know that this guy's coming over here bringing food, there's already a communication issue. So the relationship's already damaged now.
I would say it depends how old the kid is.
Well, yeah, that too. But then, like, like, I don't know. So it's a communication issue. And so he's like, cool, I'll just drop off this for him, and then I'll go on about my business. And so now she's playing defense now because your kid is overstepping your boundaries and you as the mother and going straight to the father.
Right, let's get Randy in here. Cut the male energy. What do you think about what we're saying? Who you sided with most, or if you want to diverge completely and go off of somewhere else?
A little bit of both. I'm gonna swing it back around to what Chris was saying, that men are to provide and to protect. So I disagree that it's more so, okay, women and children are getting all this empathy, but I think the way the system is set up, it's to enforce men to provide and to protect. So although, granted, in most cases it seems like it may be irrational in some cases to provide an X amount of money or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, it's a matter of the man providing and protecting. So,
but for who though?
but well, okay. Well, this is the thing. I kind of see it as also like Chris was saying.
Yeah.
You see it as a village. So if Chris is saying, "Hey, there's another baby daddy along providing," he'd be upset that he didn't provide the meal for his son. But hey, if it's Chris's turn and he does the same, there has to be a cohesive system of, hey, we provide for all of the children. Whether it's some Joe Schmo involved too, or whether Chris or whatever's involved, like, you have to take your turns in providing because you guys are the men involved in the situation.
It's easy to take every situation and make it utopian. Like if I could snap my fingers and make 3 other fathers appear, right? Then yeah.
But that's what happens for some.
Then it's way easier. But in this situation, it doesn't look like that's what's happening.
So it seems like he's just the only father involved out of all of her kids?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And so now, because he's showing potential, now she's trying to maximize it. Like, okay, he's doing this on his own. He's on autopilot. So let me plant these seeds so he can take care of all of these kids. Like that. Me personally, I think that's a woman's dream. When then she has 2 or more kids by 2 or more different dads. If she could get one of those guys to take on the task, then she'll go, oh, cool. She'll bat all the other dudes out the way, and she'll ride that one like a workhorse, and that's wrong.
I think Randy got a little slick chick in her. Because I think women they use that move a lot, right? Well, where they'll say, this is the nature of men. And now this is the situation. You're supposed to provide and protect within this situation. But at the same time, it's like 3 extra kids that aren't yours.
But check this out. It's not a matter of being a slick chick. It's a matter of, okay, look at this lady. She's a single mom of 4. So at what point can she actually go get a career on top of balancing 4 kids to then get an income and not rely on the food stamp? I mean, maybe she could if she, that's a lot of work. And that's what I'm saying, ladies. Be mindful when you have children and who you have children with, because you can't afford them.
I 100%.
This is true.
I 100% agree with that.
This is true. That's the message we should spread overall. But if we're talking about this one specifically, it's too late, right?
Yeah, like, well, I mean, what do you do in this situation?
Like, we could also say men don't date women with 3 kids that aren't yours. Like, because then if you add the 4th, now you got to deal with McDonald's thrown on
that's the my scale is like this. She's responsible. Hold on, let me get in this camera. She's responsible, but he's right here because the old saying, if you meet a woman that has children, right? So children are dear to the mother. So you're going through the probation period. Because if you want me, I come with these kids, 1 or 2, whatever, right? So when you pass that probation period, she is going to look at you to take care of these kids. Now, it's a guarantee. If you have a child with her, she's going to bottle all those kids up in one bag. And if you're showing the energy and passion to take care of one, she is going to hold you responsible for all 3. So in this case with the men, you got to be really careful, because if she has some kids, if you have one with her, Even though she could be dead wrong, because she is dead wrong.
Don't be careful. Do not do it.
Yeah,
yo.
she's
Do
dead
not-
wrong for feeling that way,
Look,
but she's going to
I'ma
give you
tell
a
you-
heartache for that.
I'ma
Like,
tell
who
you a
wants to
little-
hear that?
I'm gonna tell you a little from experience and a little bit from just seeing it. Do not date women with children. Like, just stay away. Don't do it at all. Especially if you don't have any. If you do not, that's who I'm talking to. The dudes out here who don't have children. Maybe you young, you trying to get your stuff together. Get your stuff together, get married, then have kids. Trust me, yo. And stay away from women with children. Don't date them. You gonna get stuck. You just go have children with them. Now you got like extra kids that you didn't really have. Like you in this dude's situation, right? Every time you do something, what if he brought like school clothes? School about to start. He brought some, he brought a bag full of school clothes for his kids. School clothes get tossed in the street. Or is he supposed to bring school clothes for all 4 kids too, right? Like, when you start escalating this into extra stuff, like we can agree with McDonald's because McDonald's is $5, but then if you hold that principle, but that every time he does something for his kid, he has to do the same exact thing for her kids, then you're saying school clothes. Then you're saying when they start going to college, you paid your son's tuition and you not gonna pay the rest of my kids' tuition? Like, when does it stop? Like,
It
really?
doesn't.
Think
It
about what
doesn't
this
stop.
happened. So to avoid even having this discussion, dudes, do not date women with children. Do not have children with women with children. Just don't do it. And then those are my final statements. That's how I'm about that.
No, I might.
We got Georgia in the comment
might.
section who says women should get a job so she can provide and protect. I don't agree with Georgette necessarily, but in the situation that she's in, I agree with her. Right? Because what else is she gonna do?
I might. You have. That's what I'm saying. Like that. Like women have to be very, very careful. Like, if you have 1 or 2 kids and if it didn't work out, please don't exercise the option to have a kid by somebody else because it doesn't solve the problem.
This is a trick question.
What is this?
Look, and some people are going to know why this is funny. She says, so should women stay away from men with children? Look, this is what I'm going to say. In general, I think women should stay away from men with children. Like, people with children should date each other. People with children should date each other. But also, there is a double standard. Most of my things with men and women, there's a double standard where I say men should do one thing and women should do another thing. I think it's more dangerous for a man to date a woman with children than it is for a woman to date a man with children because of how society places the blame on men and places the responsibility on men. So, as you can see in this situation, you have a man bringing his kid food, and the mom goes off when the dad throws the food in the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the role society places on men, that overall we're supposed to be providers and protectors. This is what wouldn't happen, though. Say you have a man, he has 2 kids. He has a kid with a woman. The woman brings McDonald's there, and she only brings it for her 1 kid. We wouldn't be having this conversation. Like this, it wouldn't have been dealt with like this. Like something else would have happened that we wouldn't have seen on camera, because the dude wouldn't have been like with the camera up, like, I'm finna expose this chick. She only bringing McDonald's for our kid, our 1 kid. I got these 2 other kids here. He would sound like the B word. So even though I would say no, a woman in general shouldn't date a man with kids. I'm gonna be fair about spreading that. I don't think those 2 things. I don't think they're both equal situations. I don't think a man dating a woman with kids is equal to a woman dating a man with kids, and vice versa. They're totally different.
I will say I'll be a little biased. I would say I would agree that it's okay for, depending on the man's state. If the woman doesn't want to have any more children and he has children, she has children, I think that works because there's 2 things that they agree on. Now, I feel like a woman that doesn't have any kids and dates a man with children, this is a benefit for her because you get to see what this guy is really made about, right? because kids are life changers. Because see, people can talk a good game until the heat is on. You know what I mean? So I feel like that a woman now should date a guy that has a child or two, because she can see vividly what type of dad he is. If he's proactive, he's financial, he's responsible, he's going to be displaying that with the kids he has. So you see it. See, the problem now, the women, this is what women screw up at, in my opinion. They date men with children and they date the men that don't do nothing for their kids. Those are the dudes they got to stay away from. If he's bragging about he got 5 kids, you ain't seen none of them. There's none of them kids' pictures in the house. He ain't complaining about all the money that he's spending on his kids, all the time that he has to do all of this and that. And then let's just be all the way realistic. If he got all them kids, and if he's really about his daddy's due diligence, he ain't got no time to be dealing with you. Let's just keep it 100. He ain't got no time to deal with you.
What you say? You said 5 kids?
Yeah, I said 5.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, if he had, like, because women will do that. Women will date a dude that has 5, 6 kids, and then they'll have.
I would,
dude,
like,
it's so common.
Not at a young age anyway.
It's so common. Like, these women would go, they'll have a baby. It'll be single mothers or mothers with no kids at all. And it's like they'll go out here and they'll get a guy that has 5, 6 kids already. And I'm like, wait, so you knew he had 5, 6 kids, and because their rebuttal is, well, what do those kids have to do with me? See, that's where they're automatically wrong. I've heard my baby mama say that. And I'm like, that is the most wrong thing to say. What do you mean that doesn't have? What does that have to do with you? That has everything to do with
saying.
you.
Like, society and culture doesn't treat women with kids the same as they do men with kids. Like, you could not go on TV, date a woman with kids. Like show me the TV show that goes like this: a dude hooks up with a chick, she got kids. The whole show is about them. They get in an argument, and she's like, "What are you gonna do? You know, we about to lose the house. We need your help." He's like, "What do those kids got to do with me? Those ain't my kids." He would become the villain of the show off top.
They had one. Like, was it Brady Bunch? They had one show that flirted with it.
3 kids. She brought her 3 kids. That was the Brady Bunch. They tried to make
it worked. Look, it worked in that situation because neither one of them wanted any more kids. Between the two of them,
didn't they have more?
Did they have kids?
Oh, you know what? I don't think so.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they. One? What's another? There's not too many mixed family.
I don't think they had kids.
Sitcom.
Like it can work in that case because see, the woman, in my opinion, it's a humongous risk because she's like, okay, I had a kid by one guy, it didn't work. Now, do I make the same mistake twice?
Oh yeah, she's at risk creating.
Yeah, she's at risk.
We're having 2 baby daddies.
Yeah, why would she do that?
She playing a 2 baby daddy game.
Why should she do that? Like that's, I'm sorry that I'm sounding like an NCLEX instructor because I've been studying. Like those are the questions. Like, well, why should we do that? Like why should she do that? And women can't give us an answer. Why should you put yourself in risk if this doesn't work out? And people always take it doesn't work out of, oh, I don't like you no more, and they split. Anything. Accidents, financial stability, religional base.
I don't think you have to debate about that because it doesn't work out most of the time. Like relationships and marriage.
I'm like,
the percentage of people getting married is lower, and the percentage of successful marriages are lower. So both relationships in general aren't working out, but
that's because they're pushing too early. They're pushing them in the wrong direction. They're pushing them financial. Or if you go into a relationship thinking finances, you lost.
In a relationship?
Yeah, that's what they're pushing now. Get the bag.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag.
If you go into a marriage thinking finances lost. But you should start thinking about that when you're having kids, though. Or like if you're gonna have a kid.
Well, yeah, it's just that, you know what? We're just, women and men are just on two different agendas at two different times of their life. You know what I mean? Women would love to have a child young because they're looking at getting back to how they were before they had a kid, which makes perfect sense.
That's why we've heard it from a bunch of different.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And a man,
go out, get your money first.
Yeah,
come back down to the 20s and pick your wife, right?
And then for us, it's like, yeah, we kind of been ripping and running a little bit, 35-ish, 40-ish. You know what I mean? We're kind of like, I want to trade in my black phone for wifey and this phone. You know what I mean? And we'll do that. And it's like, but when that happens, if that happens, it's like, what's the damage? What's the call? He could have a host of kids. She could have a host of kids. So then how does it work? And that's the mystery question. And that's not taught at a certain age, unfortunately, out here. Because culture-based, and I'm not gonna ramble too much about that, culture-based, even if they marriage sucks, keyword marriage, meaning they're still married. Like, not marriage and sucked in the divorce. Like, no, they're still, this is who they pick with, this is who they rock it with, they following certain traditions, and that's it, and that's all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, of course, we like, what, your whole life? Like,
all right, so we're gonna let Randy get the final word. Let the woman have the final say, and then we'll move on this topic.
So my only rebuttal here is, I would say yes, date a woman with children, and because the first woman that comes to mind is the widow. And granted, I don't have children, but I have experienced losing a partner young. And had we had a child, then it's sad to think like, if Jamal's outlook is, hey, don't date somebody with kids, we would have never had a chance. And at that point in my life, I had a lot of love to give. And not only that, but I was yearning for the love from a man on various aspects, not just something sexual, okay, guys? But so I could say, I'm just going to advocate for the women that do have children, that have either lost young or a widow, or, hey, you know what? Maybe she does have one, or, I mean, yeah, granted, I hear you guys. If she has like 5, it's like, man, vet the woman you're dating. If she had 5 children just because she wasn't smart enough and just having a hot girl summer, like they say, then, I mean, move on. But there's women out there, gentlemen, that are really seeking love from a man and willing to do, what they need to do. The willingness, make sure that's there.
All right, and that's the final word on that topic before we move on. Thank you for that, Ren. That was really
no, I agree.
Words in that. So if you're still here with us, so you just now coming in, hit that like, that share button, and that subscribe button, so you can keep, and that notification bell, so you can keep following us on America's Mind, so you can join America's Mind, because we're all America's Mind, right? We're here, we're America's Mind. If you there, chat. If you in the chat, you America's Mind.
Absolutely.
And we need to talk about stuff that's happening in America. We need to figure all these things out.
Absolutely.
Like these, we're not going to figure out that subject that we just tackle right now in one sit.
Yeah,
that's like a multi-meal discussion. That's we're gonna be talking. We might be if this show is still around in 10 years. I guarantee that topic will still be around. In 10 years.
It'll be around. Just really quick to add, and then I'm really done.
No. We gonna move on.
Okay, Chris.
The next one you'll still be able to say the same thing.
All right.
Right.
I'll be able to piggyback it. All right.
Right.
Look,
so we go
every
move on to the
day
next.
my baby daddy comes.
You know what? She did come back with.
So the whole world is.
Look, y'all.
Men are the easiest thing in the entire world. If you are wondering how
Yo, Mia Khalifa. I'm gonna save this for next week. I'm gonna save this for next week. Because we've been on here for an hour and a half already. We don't want to keep y'all all night.
I'm supposed to know exactly what's what.
All right, so the next video we're gonna watch is
Look, y'all.
a dad. I guess this is better than the baby mama, baby daddy situation, because this is a couple that is divorced.
Okay.
So I consider that a better situation, right?
In theory, it should be.
They have 2 kids. The dad is trying to come pick up his kid for a haircut, and none of this, it goes astray.
Oh, this. We lean forward,
Lean back on this.
We lean forward and see. I know she screwed this up. I know she did. I hate to be biased. I know she screwed this up because he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like, I wish that I would get static on getting my son haircut, but here we go. I'm listening.
All right, let's.
Kim, can I leave now?
Can you please tell me where you cut my children's hair?
I gave
authority.
I gave my kids a haircut.
You had no authority. Did you cut?
Do you have my kids?
Did you consult with me?
Kim, let me peel off.
Did you consult with me?
Can I leave now?
Let's be a man for one.
Oh, my bad. One more
Yeah,
time.
pause.
I had our mics muted. Yeah. My bad. One more time. I had our mics muted. So what's going on? She was just saying, where did you take my kids to get their haircut? So I was just explaining that I described it wrong. He's not picking them up to get haircuts, bringing them back. So.
Can I leave?
Consult with me. Ma, can you get the police because...
So wait. That's wait. Okay, there's a crime being committed here.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, that's a false imprisonment. Okay, let's go. Let's move on.
Oh, you go with the pettiness.
Oh no, she want to be petty. I'm max petty. I learned that.
I asked you a simple question.
So your mom gonna get the police?
I don't know.
So if I can't leave under my free will, that's false imprisonment.
You're really making the kids nervous.
Earl, I know my own children ever since. Okay?
Ever since what?
I know my children.
Ever since what?
Since you abandoned them.
I abandoned
know
them?
okay?
Oh, I thought I left you.
Oof. Ouch. Oof. Yes, man, that lightning rod, boy, that hurt.
Yeah, that was a little harshness. But she being harsh too. Like, she's saying he abandoned them when obviously, like, right there. Look, they in the same place right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I don't care about that.
No problem.
Oh, don't scratch the car.
Oh no, scratch the car. Go ahead, do whatever you want to do.
Also, we're damaging property,
No, that's
private
their train.
property.
I got the train.
Another crime.
No, you hold on to that train. Don't let him take that away from you. Nope.
Don't let them put the train on the car, please,
Then you
Kim.
need to tell me exactly what happened.
Oh, see, you got the boys crying.
Well, you took his
Don't-
train.
don't scratch the
I
car.
didn't take it.
Don't scratch
Answer
the car.
question.
Get daddy a kiss. Get daddy a
Answer
kiss.
the question.
Can I pick him up, Kim?
Put him down.
Can I pick the
You're
kid
over
up?
the time.
Let me
You're
pick the
over
kid.
the time.
So I can't pick the kids up?
Let go. Would you tell me what you did?
So I can't pick the kids
Can you
up?
tell me what you did?
They got a haircut, Kim.
Where? Where, Earl? You put a shaver to their head. How dare you do
Take a breather.
A
This
shit.
video is triggering me.
Okay. So.
I'm gonna go. All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Go. I don't. My words
Just the
are.
things I'm noticing, right? He's asking to pick the kids up. She's like, "You're over your time." this is ridiculous, yo. And that's why I said you can go back to the old video in this one, because you see how much it's something that she's gonna specifically say that shows you why what the other father did wasn't immoral or unethical. Because you got to get in where you fit in sometimes. He's asking to just pick the kids up and give them a kiss. She's asking him, where did you go? I went to get a haircut. Where? Why? Like, what do you mean? Like, what is all this that's going on? You go
That
ahead.
is wow. Yeah, I will finish it. I'm not gonna.
All right.
I'll allow.
You finished? And your mama gonna get the police, huh? Kim, would you please have them get the train off the car?
Answer the question.
I'm gonna take the train from them. Okay,
Take them and then they'll be bawling and it's all you. That's it.
they can't have the train on the car.
Well, then
Now,
you need to answer the
then
question.
why don't you back up from the car
You
then?
need to answer the question.
Back up from the car.
They're going to remember you as an image of taking this away.
Then
I
back up
asked
from
you
the car,
as-
Kim.
Then answer my question, please.
Back up from the car.
Answer my question.
Kim, you shouldn't be doing this in front of kids.
Would you please tell me? You're doing it, Earl. Who gave you the right to do that? Who gave you the
That's
right?
what I'm talking about. What she said right there. Who gave you the right to do that? Who gave you the right to take your kids during your time to the barbershop to get their haircut? So that's why we got to go back to the McBaby Mama situation, right? Because it's all right and ethical when you bring your kids food. He has the right to throw all that food into the street, not give it to your kid.
That's true too. Yeah.
Like, she has all the rights, right? She got the right to do whatever she wants to, and ask you even in that situation, she could have said, "Who gave you the right to just bring one of these kids food, and not all of them?" That's because that's the situation in the culture we live in. That men are supposed to, even when we're supposed to provide and protect, we're supposed to do it how women want us. In the exact way
And
that they want us to do it.
unfortunately in most cases is incorrect. Not to sound like that, but I meant every word that I said, and it's incorrect. Yeah, there's some crimes that are here that, you know, that if this was me, that I would go and get a lawyer that's creative. And I'm not saying this because you know, you're withholding me from leaving.
You are not going to win a kidnapping case
No,
with
it's not
your
kidnapping.
baby mama standing behind your car.
This is false imprisonment because I'm trying to leave. I have completed my time, like she said. I've done my daddy due diligence, and my services are done. And I'm not committing any crimes. So why can't I get in my Toyota Camry and leave? And then if I turn on the ignition to my car and children are behind my car, now my car is labeled as what? A deadly weapon. So now you put not only yourself in danger, you put two kids now in possible danger, because when a car is operated and car versus human, that always is a loss. So like, if this woman clearly emotionally is a wreck, so by her trying to prove such a point, she's making herself look silly and ridiculous all the way through. You're questioning a man about getting a boy's haircut. Whoop-de-doo. Be thankful that he getting their haircut. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to give you a report on why or where he went. She sounds ridiculous.
I agree, Randy.
I agree. She sounds ridiculous. I think all of her anger is unaddressed issues that, because correct me if I'm wrong, they were married. Okay. So again, whatever issues happened within the marriage, whatever, so on and so forth, probably never got addressed. They ended up separating, and here we are. The anger buildup, you know, if I could do one thing in this situation, it would be to take the children and scold the parents. Like, what are you doing to your children by having them in that environment?
Because see,
It's just horrible.
I'm so sorry.
Yo, like, I'm gonna take it back. I said don't date women. Don't date women with children. I'm gonna take that back. Do not have children with women in any circumstance. If I was 15 right now, I would never put my sperm anywhere near anybody's vagina. Now,
So you get a vasectomy then?
Probably. Like, I'm married now. It's too late, right? It's too late for me. Young men, though. Young men, y'all young 12, 15-year-olds out there. That Roe v. Wade, go, bro.
I forgot how this ended.
That Roe v. Wade, go. I don't know if y'all would. I don't know if this, even if you get married and have kids, you could still be here. Like, why would you do that?
So here's the flip side that I look at this, and this is where women, in my opinion, fail to realize what happens when your son gets a woman like you. Then you want to be Miss Bad mother-in-law from hell, all this other stuff, and how dare you? When you were a jerk with their dad during your childhood, like, I don't understand what point this woman is even trying to prove.
It's funny you say that, and it's a good part to start the video again. So here we go.
Oh, I wish you let me leave, Kim.
Who gave you the right? You were over an hour and a half late. Go ahead, get your turn, sweetie. Who gave you the right to shave their head?
What? Don't I pay child support? And don't they my kids too?
Child support has nothing to do. You are non-custodial with visitation. You have no rights whatsoever to do anything like that.
Hey, child support has nothing to do with him taking to get their hair cut. He's non-custodial. He doesn't have custody. He doesn't have any rights.
And so this is okay. So men,
hold on. Let's keep it moving. I'm
Okay.
sorry I interrupted, but I just had to repeat that. I had to let that air out. I had to let that breathe. People need to hear the replay on it, because that's
Without consulting with me first.
Oh, here comes your mama. I know it's about to get worse. Kim, you see, you can't let them scratch up the car.
I'm sorry. I need to know what you did.
I'm gonna give it back. Daddy gonna give it back. You can't scratch up the car, okay? Okay?
Go ahead.
Come on. Give Daddy a kiss. Give Daddy a kiss.
Give the car back.
Let me give him a kiss, Kim. Let him go.
Okay, give it the car. Give it.
Okay.
Give him the train.
Come get Daddy a kiss.
Get the train. Here, go over here. Take him. Give me the train.
You leaving now?
Where's that coat? I don't know. Where's my coats? Where's my stuff?
Is it that bag that you gave me? Oh, you did give me coat, huh?
Yes, I did give you coats,
Oh,
girl, and I
back-
gave you hats, and I gave you food.
Okay, back up so I can open the trunk.
Go right ahead.
Kim,
Come
would
on,
you?
baby. I'm sorry.
cautious. I think he's building
It works.
something that I would do.
What you got
Be
to
like
do?
building a
Get the
case.
coats, Earl.
Yeah,
When she back up,
Family.
a great counter.
Get the coats.
when she back up,
You can go get the
I
coats.
don't want
This
you
is
behind me.
her mom.
Because I would
You know
go
what?
after her
The coats are in the
psyche,
suitcase.
unstableness.
No, really, because it's
The coats are in the
I would
suitcase.
push mental health on that. That's what I would do. I would challenge her mental capacity, and I would try to get a schizophrenia or bipolarism, something. I would get that ruled. Some kind of way I would get that diagnosed. And then the tables would then turn. If that was me, that's what I would be aiming, because this is not normal behavior.
I think it's normal. You know why?
I don't
Because
know.
I've seen it too many times. I've seen it in my situations. I've seen it in too many other people's situations. to say
Yeah, but
that's
see,
not normal.
they don't press the issue of psyche. Like most men will just because
That's not true.
Because
I mean-
society has proven that we don't have rights neither, right? Like, hey, shut up and pay. That's kind of like the taboo we have to do, and then we don't get the respect neither. So we got a lot of angry men in general. But I would go to court. I would pay. I
I'm
would
sure
say,
you would. Like,
yeah, I would go to court,
you wouldn't be the first one.
and I'll be pressing the envelope on some other stuff.
You wouldn't be the first person to go to court. You wouldn't be the first man to go to court and try to claim like some kind of mental instability, and then you wouldn't be the first man that a judge says, "All right, court adjourned, order stays, child support still the same, custody still the same. We'll see you guys."
I would just tell the judge. I guess I'll see you next month.
Okay.
Oh, you gonna file some more paper? You gonna pay? Absolutely, with a smile. You know, I'm gonna just say that to him. Absolutely.
With a smile.
You smile right at him. You know.
Chris, Randy, anything?
No, right now, no.
I think I'm done talking about this. Well, I'll let it finish playing. It's still we only halfway through. So what else freaking happened? You know?
Internet. Don't worry about it. And you think it's funny.
You can do a
You
civil
see,
suit.
that's why
Yeah.
you're such a coward, Earl.
Say that again, Miss Woods.
These are the 3-year-olds, not you.
Okay.
Her mom calling them a coward.
That's enough. That's okay.
We
Kids right there.
Can I have my children's coats,
to
please?
introduce yourself.
Why
You
not?
were
I gotta get
saying
my
that you
coats.
were respectable.
I am. Oh, Kim, did you ever find my mom's obituary?
Can you? You never gave it to me. But can I have my coats, please?
Get the coats,
I'm
please.
trying to change the subject.
I
Such
know.
a coward.
Just get the coats.
Oh, they must have been in that suitcase.
What do you want? I'm sorry. You want my name?
Yeah, go wait in the car.
It's right there.
He's trying to do
Oh.
something for the court date.
No, these are my.
He's really calm though.
That's so typical. It's nothing.
He's building.
Oh, there you
Don't
go.
say another
Could
word
be.
to him. He's not even worried.
I know.
You think that's the reason why he's calm?
Ever touch my
Okay. I think he's just dealt with it for so long. And he's just like, yeah.
I'm gonna give him a haircut.
I heard that.
No.
That's what I just.
Do not touch.
None at this point.
I'm just telling you, if they need a
Church.
haircut, I'll give it to
Are
them.
you threatening my children?
If they need a
Period.
haircut, I'll give it to them.
They
told
just
you to
had a
cut the
haircut.
haircut?
Do you want me to send you the bill?
You do not cut
And you think
them.
it's funny?
Yeah, send me the bill.
You think
Earl,
it's funny?
Earl, you should have been more conscious about them being sick with the fever instead of trying to give them a haircut.
Oh,
Kim.
he's videotaping that.
I know, so am I. I'm doing the same thing, Mom. I just want to
I'm
make
gonna
sure it's
crack him.
Oh, is that a threat? Ooh, that sticks.
Miss Woods, back up. Back up.
Behave yourself.
Back up, Miss Woods.
Behave yourself.
He's a waste of space.
Behave yourself.
Get out the car. Y'all scared.
Waste of space.
Oh, breaking and entering?
Name, honey.
Oh,
Look close.
you know, oh
Hold
my
on,
God.
Miss Woods.
If I was younger, I would go into law school.
What's your name?
What's your mommy's name?
What's your mommy's name?
Let the car go. Y'all
Are
go.
you touching me?
Get away from the car.
Are you hitting me?
Get away from the car.
Are you hitting me?
Get away from the car.
Did you just hurt me?
Get away from the car.
Did you just hurt me?
Get away from the car.
Did you just put your hands on me?
Are you hitting me?
Get away from the car.
Taking pictures.
your
You're
hands
doing
on
this
me?
on purpose.
Get
Did
away
you
from the
put
car.
your hands on me?
Let's go.
You put your hands on me? I'm gonna have a physical.
All right, I
Go
think
ahead.
that's what we'll do. Let's
So-
have
so-
Randy talk first.
Wait, Randy. So I don't have a mental case push here on this. No, you don't have the answer.
Well, I do have one thing to say. I think instead of just having phones out and like, oh, I'm gonna record. To have a real upper hand, I think, is to have a mediator in every freaking meetup situation. Because it's just sad. I mean, at some point, it's like, yeah, turn the video off because you keep looking at the kids. The parents are acting ridiculous. The pettiness is going back and forth. And then it's like, yeah, now the mother or the ex-mother-in-law is there. It's like, come on. Get the mediator, get it done, and like keep it moving.
Yeah, I think he's building. I wish we could do like how that ended, because that video, I know that video has a couple years on it.
It ended with them going to the police station.
Oh wow, I didn't know it went that far.
Yeah.
Also, she's filing a bodily harm.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a 211. That's this battery.
All right, so if we have anybody in the chat that wants to come up,
That's crazy.
give their opinions on either one of these videos, link is in the chat.
I think the video's still playing.
Is it?
Yeah, I hear it in my headphones.
Yeah, you hear the kids crying, Chris?
Yeah, I heard so. What is
Man.
that?
Okay.
See-
I don't think it was playing on stream. I think we just...
Yeah, 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 it's still going.
All right. Help you out so you don't have to hear
I ain't tripping.
the hell going on in your ear.
The man is
Like, ay.
better?
Yeah.
Saved. All right. I stayed though. Let's go.
See, this is where I don't have a way to express this without maybe sounding biased or sexist, because I don't want to sound like either. But like Randy was saying, the overall importance here is the children and the way these two individuals are conducting themselves in front of the children, and the children are displaying in a certain manner. But see, that's not exercised at all. You know what I mean? And that's the part that kind of saddens me in these situations, you know, where it's like, I get it, as a woman, you might be upset or hurt because this situation didn't pan out the way you wanted. For us, we do have some type of feeling that we feel about this too, because when the woman is displaying herself in a different manner that we're not accustomed to, it does sadden us to a sense too. You know what I mean? Like, I won't say that men are not are emotionless, but we look at maybe more of the facts of it once certain things is over, you know. So once the intimacy level is gone, once we go on our separate ways, blah blah blah, then the man puts on a suit and tie, looks at it in a business aspect, you know. So, and women need to realize that, you know. But it's ultimately, I just really feel like by turning up your emotions doesn't solve the problem. And men also have to find a way to be reasonable. And I'm going to speak for myself, because I know when I could be very sarcastic, I could pour it on you thick. My personal opinion about people that master sarcasm have a witty type of mindset. Stupid people can't be sarcastic at all. This is my opinion. You have to have certain type of IQ level to be sarcastic. It pisses me off when a person that's not smart at all tries to be sarcastic with me. And it's like,
I disagree, but that's a separate combo. I was gonna think maybe that's true for being witty, but I think sarcasm can be simple. Like, they have the word "duh" sarcasm.
yeah, but then you could, but then like with a person with a witty mind, because to have a witty mind, you got to be.
If you meant witty, I agree. If you meant sarcastic, nah.
I'm like,
let's move on. My bad.
No, you're good. But I just know that. So in this situation, I think that men should be 15% more reasonable. What I mean by reasonable, I'm not saying be submissive into what they're trying to get you to do. Just create the understanding. So in a sense, hey, you know what? I'm sorry you feel that way. Okay? This is what it is. I'm sorry that this is how it is. I understand. But it's a very slick, manipulative, sneaky.
Gonna make them mad.
No,
I do that shit. It makes them mad. Yeah. But if they feel like they just told you what you do, and you be like, no, that's how you feel, and that's it. That's the only response.
But I apologize. I'm going against my own words. With my book my little mini chapter I wrote, where I said never apologize. I'm going against that. So I'm just trying to smooth it over. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to bicker. I don't want your whatever point you're trying to prove. It's like, you know, I hear you. I understand. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing for nothing. I'm just saying it because it sounds good. I'm sorry. And that's me being 10% understanding and not putting my dukes up all the way, because I could take your blows. Oh, you're not a good dad. I could take that. And you left me and I'll take that. I can take your blows. You can't take mine. because that's why you're acting radical right now. These women are acting radical because they can't take those guys' blows. Because they can hit them with the truth. Because like I said, when the intimacy level goes away and we got the situation, if I had to deal with you, we like this in the morning. But that suit tie on, okay, we got to deal with her. All right, let me take down my nose. You know, we get into business mode like a mug. And we like that. So it's like, oh, if you put me on child support, cool. No money is coming out of my pocket. None. You best to, that ain't even a word. You best to not ask me for a quarter. Because we like, you got a court order, right? Why ask me for money? So.
Yeah, all this sound like witty and sarcastic and petty. And that's cool. That's like fun for the moment. But I think in general, like you can't fix that. Like that woman who does that, you can't fix it. It's just you just like it's really his fault at the end of the day, because that's who he had kids with.
But
that's why I tell that's why I'm keep telling young men don't have kids. Like if you 15 now, don't have kids, and the worst that could happen is you get like 45 and you're like, oh, Jamal was wrong, and then you can have kids, right? So that's the worst thing that could happen to you. No, it's not. The worst thing that could happen to you is you have kids with like a woman like that.
See, now do you understand my philosophy that we talked about off the record?
What?
When I was talking about women with kids versus a woman without?
No.
Because remember when I was saying,
because we just saw a woman with kids.
Yeah. No, because remember,
into the street.
No, but I'm saying
off record stuff, exclusives.
Because remember when you were like, well, you know, dating a woman with a kid versus why don't you date a woman that doesn't have a child? But now that's my philosophy. This woman that had 2 kids, and I see what it is. I'm like, ooh, oh no. You might be beautiful, you might be all of that. That dude didn't exploit you.
I don't see your philosophy. Because we already done. Like I don't mean we done, but we already did we got the kids already.
Yeah.
So if I could I'm talking to people that don't have kids.
Yeah.
The people who are younger than us don't have kids. Don't date women with kids. Your philosophy is going to be trash to them.
No, I get what you're saying, but I was just saying from me, because remember, you know, dating a woman with a child, a young child at that, and you're like, well, why don't you, kids young, you're going to be responsible somewhat. If it goes this way, why did you just go after something totally new without a kid? And that was the reason why, because I see what this person is after the child. Like, she didn't turn local or crazy or doing some more outlandish, radical stuff after a child. You know what I mean? Because like some of these women, they'll flip.
I think you're thinking that the woman turns that way because they had a child. I think they were like that, and now they have leverage.
You could be right.
Children don't create monstrous women like that. They create nurturing women. So she was like that already. She had children. Now she got leverage.
Yeah, he's stuck. Yeah, like he can't just walk away from that one. So that's why I'm like putting these chicks under the evaluation, like with the kid. Like, okay, how are you with this dad? What you doing? You slashing tires? You out there creating all this free time for the silliness?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, oh no, baby girl, like, nah, I can't deal with you.
Any issue they have before the kids, you know, it's just a little thing. No, baby, because she's married to him, she want kids. She got 2 kids. Now any issue they got, she can leave. She could get divorced, and she go get child support. She go get alimony. She could go to the judge for anything. You see, she could be like, hell, go to the police for anything. Like, she don't need him no more because the court steps in, and now the court is like, come here, baby, we got you. And he put the county, the state put their arm around her, and they be walking around like, hey, what you get out of here? Like, we told you not to take them kids to get their haircut. Don't go tell the police, baby. Like, so I don't think the kids didn't create that, yo. That's not. And she was like that, and then she got some cards put in her hand, and she started playing them. She got more spades than him now, and so every time he drop a heart, she ain't got no heart. She drop a spade on drop a spade on that.
Salute the men that are good fathers, regardless. Salute the women. There are some fantastic women out there too.
Definitely.
So salute.
I married one. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm talking. You know.
So salute. You know, all of that greatness and stuff like that when you are being great. You know, and you know. So I don't want. It's just an unfortunate situation and situations out here. So like I said before, because I promote relationships. I promote it. You know, I promote, you know, if it's working and stuff like that, and I promote all of that. So, you know, for people that unfortunately, like even like myself, with failed situations and rebuilding from that point, you know what I mean? Just be smart. Don't be silly. Don't be stupid. Don't think with your emotions too much, ladies and gents. And ultimately, think about the ulterior motive of why you get up and hustle, bustle, get the bag, go out here, make moves, go to school, do whatever, because you got some lookalikes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, ultimately, you're doing what you got to do because you got kids. And you got responsibilities. So don't forget that kids do matter in this situation. So think about the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my kids. I love my son because my son has made me become the best man that I could be. Because like I said, like, I strive for perfection when I had Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought, well, I having a son. Like, I mean, I want to be that dad that, like, he could come to me with any question and I want to be able to answer. Learning that
and since that didn't work out, now I want to have Google in the house so he can ask.
So now it's like the best advice I can give him now is that I can guide him in the right direction to get the right answer. You know,
there you go.
So
and that's all. I think
so. I am done on. That's my final statement on that. Miss Randy, anything?
Nothing at all, because I don't have any kids.
Never mind. We'll turn the mics off. We'll talk about
the women. The women. Women, y'all ain't gotta listen to us at all. Y'all could drop kids. As you see, you could drop kids left and right, and all you gotta do is wait for your food stamps on the 11th and cuss your ex-husband out about why he took your kids to get a haircut and call the police and wait for your child.
And ladies,
don't encourage that. Don't encourage
and ladies,
that.
y'all don't want that as your fave.
No.
Come on, honey bunnies.
No
y'all don't
more.
want that. Y'all want other things to do besides get up and how am I gonna ruin this guy's evening? You know.
The women, y'all don't have nothing to worry about. Y'all taken care of, like, no matter what. Somebody gonna send you some money.
But when that rope runs out, when that child becomes an adult, then what? Then what? You've been causing so much heartache and havoc and chaos. Now, everybody grown. Kids out. These kids are out the house. He done maybe moved on. Now what? County is like, oh, well, no, sorry, ma'am, your kids are grown now, so this case is closed. Then what?
You know what happened?
Oh, have another kid?
Nah, they train the kids. Like, the daughter keeps doing the same thing, and he gets encapsulated into the system, and it just becomes the daughter's house. And then, it's like a cycle.
Taylor, you ain't doing that. That's my daughter. You ain't doing that, poopadoop.
How old is she now, Chris?
She's 7.
She's 7.
She just told us.
Call her poopadoop live on the internet like she ain't gonna see it.
Poopadoop. I hate my dad for that. Like, she made up one of her names, and now she says she's too big to be called that. Aww. So her name used to be Taylor Harris Punkin' Booty Butt. That's what she. That's the name she made up. So I'm like, wait, your name's what? So like Jordan now will still, he'll abbreviate it. being a jerk big brother. Oh, hey, punky booty butt. And so she gets mad now. That's not my name. Like, I'm too big to be called punky booty butt now. I'm like, girl, no, you're not. And I still call you stinky and poopadoo. So what are you talking about?
All right,
Keep
this
her
the last
forever
time
young.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Isn't that what mom say when you're in trouble? This the last time I'm gonna tell y'all. If you,
We be like, yeah, right, man. She ain't about to do nothing.
you gonna say that like 5
She
more
ain't came
times.
here yet. She ain't doing nothing.
Last time I'm gonna tell y'all. If you hear what America's Mind, please do it. Now you got me begging, saying please. Chris got me apologizing, and I don't mean it. If you hear what America's Mind, that means you are a part of America's Mind. That's we're all a group. Chat.
Yes.
Chat. You're a part of us. We are America's Mind together. So, help the channel. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
And if you have rebuttals, not to cut you off, I encourage, please, tell me if I'm saying something stupid, silly, or moronic.
They be telling you, they be talking trash in the comments after the show.
Oh, really? You ain't sure? Oh man, we gotta give me 5 minutes of that. You gotta give me 5 minutes. This is interesting.
Yo, they be talking. We talked about one last week.
Oh yeah, we addressed that. Oh, could we add that to the show now every week?
Oh, okay. You want to talk about the last one?
The comments, yeah.
I think this one was also about Brittany Griner.
So it was.
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull this up.
Oh, more dessert. This day is becoming.
How do I do this?
Thank you, people. I ain't, never gonna block and taboo and do what those other people do.
I'll just read it.
Okay.
So they won't, I don't know if they want to be on it. So it says, how we were saying, or I think maybe it was me. I was saying that I think Russia is making a muscle move, keeping her there.
Okay, I remember that.
So what this person said is, muscle move with a question mark. Griner is no one. If they
What?
Oh, if they muscle move, they could have grabbed Roy Jones Jr. He lives there half of the year. He's more important than Griner. They be coming with the smoke in the comments.
Wow.
They don't cam up, but in the comments, they be talking they mess.
So that's a good opinion.
No, it's not.
I guess.
No, it's not.
So I have to think about per NCLEX. My test I'm taking soon. Per NCLEX, age and gender don't mean anything, because ultimately, what is
that the New that's the New Testament NCLEX?
No, the NCLEX per NCLEX. Because they'll give you a question. Okay. They'll say a 37-year-old female or a 21-year-old male diagnosed with blah, blah, blah. So we rule out age and gender doesn't mean anything, because they try to trick you, because they'll give you a really old person versus very young. So hypothetically speaking, naturally, we look at the younger life as more valuable than the life that has age. So when they ask us these questions, they tell us to rule out age and rule out gender, because it's not important. It's there to throw you off. So I'm going to recite that in this, that Roy Jones Jr. is no better or no worse than Brittany Griner. The fact is that an American citizen is locked up and she can't come home. I don't care if they play basketball. I don't care if they're a boxer. I don't care if they play golf. I don't care if they're just me that's on this show rambling about it. The fact is that this person is locked up and can't come home for no reason. And it's unjustifiable. Period. Now to say that,
and that's that.
To say that Griner,
in the comments.
Yeah, to say that Griner is irrelevant, I'm like, just go back and just look at some tape. this person, when she retires, will be a Hall of Famer. She's that good. So, will she get Roy Jones status? Probably not. But the fact of the matter is, to just narrow it down to the meat and potatoes, is that a human being is locked up for no reason. So I'm gonna end it with there. Is there any more you want to read to me? Like, no. This is fun. This could become the show, but I'm joking. I love the rebuttaling. But thank you for your comment. Thank you for your concerns, and thank you for your opinion on that.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
fine.
I think what I said is Brittany Griner is the most high-profile American in the country right now. So, I bet Roy Jones isn't there right now. He might live there half of the year. I bet he's not there right now. I bet since that war dropped, I bet he's not there.
Yeah, why would he be there? If he don't have to be there, I'm gone.
Why she wouldn't be there either? Like we were talking about, she got arrested a week before the WNBA. I was gonna say WNBA, before the WNBA moved all their players out of Russia. Every WNBA player that was in Russia, they moved them out on the 21st or some around that date. She got arrested on the 17th.
What happened to her trial anyway? Didn't they supposed to do something on the 1st?
Starts on the 1st.
This month. We're already on the 3rd.
Oh, let me check in on that. We should check in.
That'll give us something to talk about probably next week if there's any information. I haven't seen nothing, to be honest.
Yeah, I did a couple now.
I know that I seen that the court, there was a court hearing, to come up, but for any news,
paper.
We're checking right now, doing a back scoop on our story here.
I did have a correction in our last video that we did about Brittany Griner. I said Sherelle, I think her name, Sherelle Griner. I said that was her mother, and it's her wife.
Okay.
So in the very last video we did, I said that if you watched it and you couldn't complain about that, I just. All right, so I don't.
Nothing surfaced.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Maybe not. Maybe till Tuesday.
I see something from the 1st.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the editorial. It's an opinion.
I might definitely get some headlines now. So maybe Tuesday.
Oh, Brittany Griner's Russia. Okay, here we go. Damage. Bam. Brittany Griner's Russia trial in Russia is set to start. All right, so on the 135th day of Brittany, last time we talked about it is the 117th day.
Yeah.
So on the 135th day of her detainment in Russia on drug charges, the WNBA star's trial is expected to begin Friday. So what's Friday? What date is Friday?
Friday will be so Monday's the 4th. That's the 8th. Yeah.
So her trial is expected to begin on the 8th. However, rather than the promise of a fair trial and a chance of acquittal, U.S. officials and experts on Russia's legal system expect the proceedings to be a show trial with a guilty verdict of a certain. That's cold right there. I wish I didn't read that right now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I guess they're saying it's basically going to be a mock trial. So listen, in the comments, how can you still not see that this is a muscle move being played by Russia? Even U.S. officials are saying they expect this to be. U.S. officials and experts on Russia's legal system expect the proceedings to be a show trial with a guilty verdict all but certain. So U.S. officials and experts are saying Russia is flexing. Or am I wrong? Am I discerning that incorrectly? Is that what it sounds?
It sounds a little.
Yeah, so a guy named Daniel Fry, I don't know who that is. Oh, an expert on Russia who served as an ambassador and top State Department official under 3 U.S. presidents and is now fellow at the Atlantic Council. All right, so he says, I'm fairly confident the trial is already rigged. So given the track record of Russian President Vladimir Putin, Fried said, respect for the rule of law is not something the Kremlin takes seriously. All right.
That's crazy. Well, people, at least they can see that we're not just blowing smoke up you guys as you know what, that there is there is some research and delegations that are implemented into this show. You know what I mean? And so, again, appreciate the comment. I think we're going to sign off on this thing.
I was ready to hang out all night. But yeah, we can sign it. I'm like, y'all want to watch
You got to turn your wife's camera off because she's very expressive. She's like, wait, what? I'm joking.
Y'all want to watch WandaVision? Get canceled by, we get DMCA by Disney.
Oh, jeez. You want that smoke, huh?
All right, though. It was a good show. I had fun.
No, I had fun too. So, yes, we're gonna add the 5 minutes. 5 minutes of these
Do you
comments.
want to talk about Mia Khalifa, or at least see what she said? You might see it and be like, "Yeah, we out of here." Hold on, let me. That thing.
Not the female. It's crazy. Then the grandmother is there on top of that, co-signing this stuff.
Who is this?
Talking about she gonna call the police. That's pure hate.
Men are the easiest thing in the entire world. If you are wondering how you and another woman got the same man, it is because men are the easiest thing in the entire world. I have never wanted a man and not gotten him. Do you have any idea how many men have wanted me and not gotten me? Granted, some dusties have caught me slipping. But there has never been a single man that I have wanted that I have not gotten because men...
All right, I'm going to say this and we'll wrap it up. Mia Khalifa, she says what I say all the time. Like, the reason that women have value... No, I shouldn't say it that way because that's going to piss some people off. But the reason why sex between men and women is different is because women don't have to actively pursue sex. They don't have to achieve anything. They don't have to go out and earn anything. They don't have to look. They barely have to look a certain way. They can be porn stars and attractive, and she still is like, I still get it when I want it. So when women are like, oh, if men cheat, could I cheat too? No, because look, you could cheat anytime. You could walk outside and raise your hand and wait till somebody gets there, and it's not going to take that long. And so the difference is that it's not a double standard. It's just a difference that men and women don't have sex the same way. We don't have to do the same things to get sex. So she's just proving my point. Like, yeah, men are easy. Look.
Yeah, I'm like
you right there. Men are easy, yo.
Yeah, the men are easy, but
that's why we can't be hoes, and y'all can be hoes because y'all can literally walk outside and say "sex, please" and get served.
But see, my thing is that this is for a limited time only. When you lose the look and your looks diminish, then what? That's my question. I am a nurse. I work in homes. I work in facilities. Do you know how many women are in there? 40, 45, 50. That's young. And they're there, meaning the games are up. Game over. You played so much, now you're out of real estate. Then what? Because at that age for me, I'm trying to travel with my beautiful sidekick, not put her in a home. So yeah, women can have sex with who they want, but men marry who they want.
Oh, the homie Daniel in here?
You know? Like, unfortunately, they don't see this because they're in the midst of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they just don't see it. They don't, I almost wish that everybody could not tamper like that, but tamper and dapper in the medical field to see the ending results of certain things. Like I said, I know people that are not that much older than me. I hate going to work. I couldn't imagine living there. Like, so I can't go outside. I can't do this. I can't play the game. I can't be intimate with anybody. I gotta just stay in this room, and that's it. Yeah, you gotta feed me. You give me my meds. If I get sick, you gotta send me to the hospital. But then that's it. And what that sucks. Because men are not gonna tolerate silliness for their whole life. A man in his 60s and 70s, you get Hugh Hefner. Had beautiful women around him until he died.
Till he dropped on the ground.
And when a man
keep him in triples, right?
And when a man is successful, creating success, has a revenue, doesn't mean it don't have to be a millionaire. He could be a pretty good thousandaire. 100,000, 200,000. You don't think a $200,000 guy don't have a flock of women in his phone at 70 years old? Now he picks.
You don't even have to be that. He could be like,
and he's fixed.
He could be the manager.
He ain't gonna have no kids. He having fun. He enjoying the youth.
He could be the manager at the post office.
Yeah,
he's just gonna have like some flex. Like
some juice.
Yeah.
My word, razzle dazzle. You know, a little razzle dazzle. He got it. There's dudes that's broke that's running this game.
The manager at the local grocery store again.
And he gonna run that offense to every new thing coming up in there. You know, I'm that man around here, you know. Oh yeah. Hook, got him. He run that with 10 women. If he get 2 a month, he still wins. So women, please be smart. Yes, it's a blessing to be beautiful and wanted, but use that to your max advantage. And what I mean by that, don't run out here and try to get pregnant.
Where'd you get that from?
I'm just saying, man. Like, they feel like that's their max advantage. They feel like they can hook and bait a guy.
We be talking
don't
about
run out here and get
Chris
pregnant.
will be like, let me grab this over here.
Don't get pregnant. Don't get pregnant. And this thing's playing in my ear again, but don't even trip. But yeah, don't get pregnant.
Snap,
and I'm done talking, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna be mad at my comments. I don't care.
Good night.
Let them be. I'm like James Earl Jones on Coming to America. Let them be mad.
They're gonna be upset. Yeah, I'm just saying, like you're beautiful. I'm like, go out there and get the dude that you want.
Yo, that's funny about me and Khalifa too. She recently got divorced because her husband couldn't deal with her past of porn. So even like this is the part where you right. Like, yeah, she can go outside and smash 95% of dudes out there, right? And they probably won't turn her down. They probably hit it.
Yeah, she's still youthful, but then when the youth is out,
when it's time to wrap it up, when
you are out of light years,
you should have put a ring on it. She can't keep that going. Yeah, she can't keep that one. She can't go outside. That's not easy though.
Yeah, when she's out of light years, then what? And see, nobody thinks about that.
Light years.
That's the part that's not easy, ladies. Giving away that box is easy.
Do you know how many sexual harassment cases are in convalescent homes, long facilities, and hospitals? A grip. Because men if they got razzle dazzle still, they gon' shoot their shot. And they might get one of them. I've heard it out of my own ears. I've heard nurses contemplate about giving a dude some And because she feels sorry for him. And I'm like, huh?
Oh, wow.
That's a whole other story. So, you know, it's like,
I mean, yeah, she's right. Both of y'all are right. Like, it's easier for women to get sex. Like, duh. It's harder for men to get sex, but we can get sex for longer.
yeah,
It's easy for y'all, like, from 18 to 40. Right? You know, around 40, it started like, Then you miss Parker around 35, right? You miss Parker.
But if you ain't got your if you don't got your mind right, because I don't want to add any more incentives because then we'll be on for another 30 minutes. But I'm just saying, like, you know, if your mind's not right, then we ain't dealing with you. We don't care at a certain point. It don't matter what you do. Like, I'm at that point in my life right now. I'm 40. So beauty is the third thing on my list. Because I'm like, girl, I can find that outside. I can cruise down the street. I find a chick just like you. Just like you. Like, tell me, like, what else? And I'm like, if I decipher, like, you're crazy, or I don't know about that, or I don't want to deal with it.
All right.
Well,
thank you guys for hanging out with us. Hey, Daniel, I saw Daniel.
All my boys in there. What's up, Daniel?
What's Daniel
Newton.
last name?
Daniel Newton.
Is it Newton? Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Salute, Daniel. Thanks for coming by again.
Salute.
One more time. This is the last time I'm gonna tell you. I swear.
That's like number 4, right?
yeah.
Last time I'm gonna tell you, if you're hanging out with America's Mind, you are a part of America's Mind. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's free. It supports the channel. It helps us out. You can see our little subscriber goal we got set up. We're at 60 subscribers, y'all.
Hey.
We're trying to get to 100 by, I think, the end of July. That's going to be a hefty task because that's another 40 subscribers, and it took us 5 months to get here. So we trying to do a big number this month.
Well, summertime. I'm like, if we have, I'm sure we can keep you guys entertained.
Yeah.
You know,
when we get to 100, we get a little more gifts. We get a little more. YouTube gives us a little more candy to work with.
Okay.
So yeah, we try. That's why that's our goal.
Gotcha.
So there you go. I'm Jamal Williams,
and I am Christopher Barris,
and
Randy.
Hey,
he still don't know how. And we are America's Mind.
My.